Hello everyone, this is Ming Zhong. Welcome to today's market analysis for the S&P 500 E-mini futures. That's for the session of 14th of July. So in this video, I am going to show you the market recap on the last session, which was yesterday, Monday, plus a trade review in the M3 time frame, which I will cover the entry, exits, and the rationale behind. And that trade actually happened during the London session, and I also hold it from London session to the US session. So it would be interesting to see how to actually manage a trade from different type of the session. And going forward, I will cover the bias, the key levels, and also the potential setup for the session later. So let's just get started. So as we can see in this S&P 500 chart, yesterday was actually very bearish from my perspective, especially in the NASDAQ 100, but we'll take a look at NASDAQ later. But first, let me just highlight a few things what's going on yesterday. So let me zoom in a little bit here. So we can see in yesterday price action, we have a attempt to uptrust of the prior swing high. So this is a swing high that I'm talking about. This is the price swing high near 3230, and also we have an attempt to uptrust the swing high, but did not. It just failed. Basically, we didn't really have any kind of uptrust. It's just an attempt to uptrust, and eventually it closed at a very low level. Is the bearish close. And we can see that we have an increasing of the supply, and this kind of the supply is actually relatively high and is comparable to this one and maybe this one as well. Yeah, it's very similar to this kind of the movement going up, attempt to break out, and then eventually fail. And let me just zoom into the H1 time frame so we can see where the selling is happening. So you can see that throughout the session, we actually have a relatively bullish session for the first 1 or 2 hours. So that's the very bullish bar. We have a breakout here. So attempt to break out, and subsequently we have some kind of a rejection, a bit of the indecision, and also a bit of the rejection here after the attempt to uptrust, but did not happen. And on this bar here, we can see that this is where the selling began. So we can see that the supply actually picking up quite a lot, and this is the capitulation bar, and where we have seen this kind of the supply level. I think this is very significant. If we zoom out a little bit here, I don't think I have seen this kind of the last hour selling bar for quite some time. Let me zoom out. Yeah, you can see that this kind of the selling bar, actually you can just trace it back to somewhere around here, but this is a bit different because it's consisted of both supply and demand, and is near the bottom here, but this is somewhere selling at the top here, so that's definitely different. And apart from that, let me just zoom in a bit here. We can see that prior to the US session, we have quite a nice consolidation from the Asian to the European session, London session, and forming a trading range. And subsequently, we have a nice rally up, back up, and then eventually breakout. But the real selling actually is on this 2 bar here, and together with the spike of the supply level, and in sync with this kind of the bearish results. So overall, if we just zoom out a little bit here, that could conclude the range here, because we have an attempt to uptrust but fail. So this could be the possible reversal from the top of the range here. So this is one possibility, and I think we still need to pay attention to the levels below, because we still have quite a few levels like here and also here as well, but I will talk more about that in the later video. Let me just get to the trade review first. So I only had one trade initiated during the London session. You can see that I have marked it up already. But I think throughout this session, you will find that there's actually one more very textbook style Wyckoff distribution type of the trade that can actually take. That's near the end of the session. But first, let me zoom in a little bit here. You can see that just throughout this Asian session, and that's the London session. So we have the kind of the test of this level 3180, which I mentioned it in my video yesterday. So I mentioned that there's a potential long entry if we see some kind of the bounce up from the level of 3180. Because why this level? And I think it's very obvious. If you take a look in the H1 time frame, you can notice that this 3180 level is actually an access line level. So let me just delete this first. So you can see that that's the 3180 level here, and we have quite a few touch here previously, and also breakdown, and eventually just another touch here, subsequently gap up, and also this latest breaking down here. So this is quite a nice access line where the price actually show a lot of the respect on this level. So I just choose this level as my battlefield to trade around that level. So you can see that somewhere around 4:30 my time here, that's the European, there's a London session here. So actually tested the prior swing low, also very near to the 3180 level. So this is quite a nice placement. So the exact place or exact candle that I initiated the long entry was highlighted on this bar here, golden circle here. So first of all, we have seen that there's a demand tail on this candle. So we attempt to go down, but actually did not manage to close below the prior swing low. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. You can see that. So this is the prior swing low. We just managed to test the low without actually breaking down of this prior swing low. But we can see that there's actually a spike of the volume here, and eventually end up with a demand tail here. So that really suggests some kind of the demand come in on this bar here, but we just need to wait for more confirmation. And eventually I just initiated the long position on this bar here, where there is a kind of like a localized breakout to the upside, and also reverse this last down commitment bar, actually close above here. So this is where I entered the long with my stop just slightly below 3180, and you can see that it just consolidate a little bit here, have another attempt to test the prior swing low, but actually from a higher low reverse here, and subsequently I close out partial of my position, scaled out at a swing high level here near 3200 level. I think is quite a nice level to scale out because of the psychological round number plus the swing high resistance. And I just keep a portion of my positions and keep it until the US open. And because yesterday my perception of the market was actually relatively bullish, I actually anticipate at least a test of 3230, which was the prior swing high. But you can see that the highest that we ever see on the level was around 3225. So it's just barely attempt to uptrust the prior swing high here. This is where I actually close out my position here. So this is kind of like the localized breakdown bar together with the spike of the supply level. So I just end up closing or exit all my positions there and lock in the profit. So it's quite a nice trade. For the first part of the trade is around RR of 2.2. For the subsequent part is kind of like 4, RR of 4. So overall is around about reward to risk ratio of 3. So quite a nice trade, at least profitable, and quite a nice reward to risk ratio as well. But anyway, that's my trade from holding from the London session through to the US session, and actually close out here. But if we take a closer look at the US session here, we can see that this is quite a nice rally up, and that is the trading range form, and that is the phase C, uptrust after distribution, and then followed by a sell down, side of weakness, last point of supply, and followed by this strong sell off here. So quite a nice Wyckoff textbook style of the distribution. And you can see that just prior to the distribution, we can notice that the up wave actually getting shorter and shorter, and similar with the trust as well. So this is the commitment to the upside, the progress to the upside, so it's getting shorter as well. So definitely this is some kind of the losing momentum of the buying power, and followed by this kind of the change of character. So I think I quite like this kind of the structure. So this is the somewhere like the uptrust scenario, and then you can see that the volume actually picking up, the supply picking up, and eventually during the breakdown we see that the supply spike here as well, and followed by even more supply on the down leg down as well. So this is all the supply level. We have seen a spike of the supply level. So this is quite a possible trade just after the uptrust here, or even just after the commitment to below the trading range, somewhere around 32115, or even at this level as well. All right, so let me close this. Okay, let me just get down to the H1 time frame to have a look at current situation. So I think yesterday was a relatively bearish day, just because of the supply level together with the bearish down commitment. So we can see that the spread to the downside is actually quite large, and together with the spike of the supply level. And I think in terms of the structure, we just barely touched the swing high at 3230. So that could be a signal of a reversal from the uptrend to at least test of the trading range. Let me just zoom out here, so you can see that overall we are still within this big trading range here. That's from the 3230 to around 2930. So that could be another down move to test lower targets. But for today's day trading, my bias is definitely bearish. So the resistance level that I'm looking at right now is actually at around 3180 here. So this is the immediate first level, 3180, and you can see that so far during the Asian to the London session, we're still within this range here from 3140 to around 3165, 66. So overall, it just barely recover from this selling bar here. So I think another bet could be to bet on the breakdown of this support level at 3140. So this could become a short entry. Otherwise, if we could just have another test of this selling bar here, maybe somewhere near 3180 or 70, then that could become quite a nice entry level as well. So there is another level at around 3170. Yeah, overall I'm looking for a short trade to trade it down to at least the target at 3105. So that is the swing low level here and here. So in order for the bullish case to remain valid, I think we should at least to expect some kind of the support level at around 3105, and then from here on we can just going up and then have another attempt to the upside. So this is for the bullish case. But if this level cannot hold, the 3105 level, then definitely I think we'll be seeing the next level will be 3080 to around 3060. So this is the level that I mentioned it before. So this is 3060 and that's the 3080 level. So I think that could form some kind of the support as well. All right, so in terms of the resistance level, I talk about 3180, and also this immediate non-RTH high here. And for the potential setup, so far I'm still looking to trade the short entry to the downside. So definitely I think if we want to bet on the safe side, to wait until we break down 3140, then we can just write it to the downside to at least 3105. Another possibility is some kind of the absorption on the way up. Maybe we have some kind of the good news happen tonight, then could become some kind of the aggressive demand to kick in, and maybe we can see some kind of the recover, and also maybe just to challenge this selling zone here. So this is quite an important level to watch. All right, so overall I think talk about this bias for day trading and also for the long term, and the key levels to watch, and also the potential setup. I think that's pretty much for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and get something out from the video. So if you like the video, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. Do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. If you have any kind of the comments, questions, trade ideas you would like to share with me, feel free to comment it below. I will definitely reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.